Hey there guys, it's Jake here today. I'm doing not a review today or anything like that. As you can tell by my tone, I guess I am pretty upset actually. Today was actually my first day of my senior year of high school, so I was pretty excited for that. New classes, new teachers, finding out who's in those classes, all that kind of stuff. And for the first half of the day I was actually pretty excited. And then in my second block class, I happened to be in a class with computers. And I went on Screen Rant just to look up some movie news, and I saw the news that Wes Craven has passed away. This is actually a pretty sad event, and for those of you who say, why are you sad, I don't understand, you didn't know the guy, you weren't his friend, you weren't his family, so why are you upset? To you I say, that shouldn't really matter. I mean, a guy died who personally had an effect on me, and it upset me. I think he's one of the most fantastic directors of all time. The dude, just his filmography is just this long list of just stunning film after stunning film. He's had a few bad movies, but who hasn't, in all honesty? And the dude just he impressed me every time. He had such a big impact on me. I grew up watching his movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, the Scream franchise, two of my favorite horror franchises of all time. He influenced me as an inspiring director and screenwriter myself. He influenced me in so many different ways. He was always a guy who wouldn't just copy and paste stuff. He would always come up with something new and original. He did that with Nightmare on Elm Street, which came out in 1984, and in that movie, it was a sort of a slasher movie, and at that time, slasher movies were a typical thing. You had Michael Myers in the Halloween franchise, you had Jason Voorhees, and he added something different. He added a character who wasn't just a slasher, but he had this psychological horror too. So he mixed a slasher film with a psychological horror film, which was revolutionary at the time, and just was really cool and interesting to watch. Of course, I wasn't born then, but when I was old enough to understand it, I watched the movie, was very impressed by it, and it made me want to go out and make my own horror movie. He also did it with A New Nightmare, where he came up with this idea of doing a meta horror movie where the actors who played in horror movies were being haunted by the character that was in the actual horror movies they were in. And then he did a Scream movie where that was a meta movie where the characters understood the rules of horror movies. All of that stuff just influenced me as a person who wants to make and direct and write horror movies himself. And it's really upsetting that he passed away. He was a great director. I didn't know him personally as a person, but I just think as a director, fantastic job. Just really upsetting that he passed away. I think he had a lot left in him. He had a lot more to offer this world. So it truly is a sad story that he passed away. There's nothing else I'm going to really say. I didn't really want to edit this video and cut it or anything like that. I just felt that would be a little gimmicky, especially for news like this. It's not a review, it's just me talking to you guys as fans. But yeah, so that's really all I'm going to say.
Well, yeah, I have a very sort of ambivalent view of myself as an artist or as a filmmaker. I mean, somebody once, when I was first starting in films in New York, says, if you want something on your gravestone in the film business, I think the best thing is filmmaker. If you can honestly say that, that's all you need to say. And that I think I would like that on my gravestone, along with whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Beyond that, I don't think it's possible to, or advisable, or even smart to call yourself an artist or talk about yourself as an artist. I mean, first of all, it's a business, and to forget that or ignore it or act like it's not there is just idiotic. And secondly, it's very difficult to know what will later be judged as art. I guess what I've tried to do is I've tried to make movies where I can honestly say, I haven't seen that before.